Yo, my name is Drinks on Me, and I'm going to be interviewing Drinks on Me. So I guess it's Drinks on Us today. So, could you introduce yourself and tell us where you are from? So, my name is Drinks on Me. I'm from London, as you will well know. From South London. If someone asked you to describe your music, what would you say to them? For my music, I would say it's sort of like a little blend between sort of like garage and bass, I suppose. I started off making trap, funnily enough, so there's a lot of those sort of influences in there. I guess just trying to be as experimental as possible. Like the stuff that I've not even got released yet is really different to any of the stuff that you'll hear on like this EP, for example. And that, I guess, is how I describe my music, is just trying to sort of create a nice little blend between bass, sort of like trappy elements, garage, and now sort of going a little bit more into like jazzy stuff. I've been listening to that and trying to implement a bit more music theory and stuff like that into my music. But yeah, that's how I'd sort of describe it to someone, I guess. So for your EP, what was the creative process? What was it like putting this EP together, like from start to finish? And which track is your favourite as well? So I think the first one I actually had finished was my collab with Solector, which was actually a really quick collab. He sort of sent me over this idea, I messed with it a little bit. And I remember actually being in a car just listening to the ideas that he had sent me over. And I was like, oh, the bass on that one like sort of hit through my chest in like a Nissan Micra. It's like for the bass to be that mad on such bad speakers, I was like, there's got to have something to it. So I got the stems over from him and then just sort of ran with it, I suppose. And then I think the next one that I made was Chasing Ghosts with Charlotte. And that was really good. That was sort of like a standard garagey one, which is sort of like the sound that I really enjoy producing. And it was the first one where I really like made a sort of 4/4 second drop and a garage first drop, which was a really nice blend, I suppose, like mixing the two. And yeah, like it was really enjoyable to work with her as well, because she's a very like talented artist and vocalist. So it was really good to work with her on that one, and the energy on that was really good because we were just bouncing ideas back and forth. Like I was singing in voice notes horrendously, massively out of key, and she would then sing it back in the same keys that I did, and it didn't sound good, and that was sort of my fault. But then she smashed it in the end, so that was brilliant. And then Stop Drinking was like a really sort of wobbly, mad one. Sort of made it in triplets because I was like, I haven't heard this done before, so just made it in this weird sort of rhythm, swung the hats like I can't say that. I swung the hats properly, and yeah, just made some really weird stuff in Serum and basically called it a day. And what makes that track your favourite? Oh, I feel like my favourite track on this whole EP has got to be Stop Drinking, the sort of like first single that we're planning on doing. Because it was just so different to anything that I've heard. Like Chasing Ghosts is what I really enjoyed producing, the sort of garage stuff, but Stop Drinking was a really, really cool like idea. Never heard anything like it before, and the sound design on it was just like something different to what I'd usually do. A lot of like processing on it and stuff. I just really enjoyed making it, and there's a sort of somewhat funny, I don't know if you can describe it as funny, sort of story to it. I've got a good friend called Elliot, who's actually the vocal that you'll hear on it, from Sheffield. And I made the initial idea just as like an instrumental and just sent it to him. And he responded to me, a voice note basically saying like, bruv, you are crazy, bro, like this in a Sheffield accent. And I found it just hilarious. I was like, I've got to sample this. So I just whacked a ton of effects on it, and it actually ended up sounding pretty good. And then I sent it back to him, and it was just a Facebook Messenger voice note. So I was like, I don't think he was expecting that in the slightest. And then ended up calling the track Stop Drinking, because at the end he goes, bro, you need to stop drinking, fam. So yeah, that was an interesting one. And that, I think, because there's like that sort of funny side of it, I guess that's what makes it my favourite, because I just enjoy making music. I think that's the most important thing, is to enjoy what you do. So I would say that's probably my favourite one. And if we're talking about gigs, what's your dream gig as a DJ? What's like the ultimate? Oh, my dream gig as a DJ. I mean, I haven't really been to too many like actual proper festivals prior to like COVID, because I think I had about half a year to actually like go to gigs and festivals and stuff. Because I turned 18 really late, and then had about half a year, and then it was February, and I was like, oh my god. So the ones that I have been to is Studio 338 and Printworks in London, and they were both mad. Like, to even be able to perform in Printworks would be just next level. But I think I'd really want to do like a night-based event, because it's sort of, I've got like a printout of all the artworks that I've ever released in my bedroom, and the sheer like volume of that, which is night-based, is just ridiculous. And that's sort of been like my home label in a way for such a long time. It was my first ever release as well, so to play a night-based event, I keep on pestering AC saying, when are you coming to London? And I think he's getting a bit annoyed. But yeah, I'd definitely say like a night-based event would be really sick, not even just to say it because I'm doing this for night-based, but because it's been a real big part of my journey, I'd say that one probably. Right, so sort of like plugging myself here, but the Drinks on Me EP can be found out now everywhere on Nightbase. Go get at it on Spotify. My Instagram is Drinks on Me Music if you want to go follow me. That's the best place to do it. And yeah, go stream that.